That's okay. That's okay. All right, what time is it? It's like 12:30 a.m. Okay. But the downloads just were coming in, and I was like, okay, it's time to touch them with the collective. So just to get us started with what we're talking about and what's going on here, you know, if you are not aware, if you don't live in America, or if you just are not up to date with news or whatever, Roe versus Wade, which is the woman's right to an abortion, was recently overturned by the Supreme Court. I did do a collective reading on this back in May, but it has now since been overturned, which happened, I believe it was June. I know it was late June, but around the 26th, I believe. I'm not sure the exact date. But I'm just lighting my candles just so you guys know. But I just wanted to touch in with everyone. I had mentioned in some of the general readings for July that I was going to be doing a collective reading to just, you know, get an update since it has been overturned. And what really inspired me to do this was, first of all, I was watching RuPaul's Drag Race, which phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, get into it. It's a great show. But one of the queens on there, Jackie Cox, was she was wearing a she's Persian. It was just a traditional Persian outfit, and she had talked about how, you know, the Muslim ban had made her feel and things like that. And it was very inspiring in many different ways, and it led me to, you know, start journaling and receive downloads and things like that. So that is why I've decided to jump on here and get into it with y'all. All right, first things first, we will always be respectful on this channel. I do not want anyone coming up on here talking crazy or doing none of that jazz. We're not doing that. So it will be removed. This is a safe space for people, okay? Even if you are pro-life, you know, this is still a safe space, period, point blank, for everybody, okay? But at the end of the day, everyone deserves to decide what they do with their own body, in my opinion, and that's what we're going to be talking about, and that's the energy I'm bringing to this, okay? So that's that. All right, we are going to be praying and everything on camera today. But yeah, I just want to appreciate you all for watching this, for being here with me. I know that this is a very sensitive topic. I know this can be very triggering for some people, and I will always respect that. And, you know, this is no judgmental energy or anything at all. So know that this is safe for everybody here. Okay. Yeah, let's just get into it, I guess. Let's get into the download. All right. So yeah, so basically what Jackie Cox was talking about that kind of inspired me to, you know, get up out of bed and get on here, was just talking about how whenever Trump was president, whenever he there were certain countries that he banned from traveling into the U.S., and she was talking about how that made her feel, how she had felt really, you know, disappointed in her country, and, you know, really hurt, really betrayed, all this stuff. And it kind of honestly triggered something within me and made me realize, like, ooh, you know, because while I was talking about, you know, Roe versus Wade being overturned, I didn't really, you know, I talked about what I saw and what it meant to me, but I didn't really explore how it made me feel and what it, you know, as an individual, what I saw, what it made me feel, you know, and see from my country. And, you know, it was also, you know, like hurt and disappointment. And yeah, that kind of got me going into the download and kind of got me starting to journal. And yeah, so I guess that's what we'll get into now. Let's get into, you know, the download, shall we? Let's get into the download. Okay, here we go. All right, so first, I must thank everyone so much for being here with me. My spirit guides, my angels, my ancestors, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, everyone. This one will be heavy and hard, but so necessary and relieving. For me personally, this is the first time I've let myself feel disappointed truly for my country. Living in America, you know, it's fucked up. It's not kept a secret. We've been through shit. Wait, hold on. Where am I at? Hold on. Okay. Here we go. Living in America, you know it's fucked up. You know, obviously. And obviously, you know, I'm a black person. So obviously I've been new, you know. I've been new. America was not about, you know, land of the free, home of the brave type shit, you know. It ain't about that life always. But I don't know. It's just like maybe because, you know, I'm 24 at this stage of my life, and maybe it's because I'm older. Maybe it's because I don't know. But it's just like this one was a little different. It's just like, wow. So we just out here taking rights away, you know? And it's like, again, like, this is not fear that is in me. It's just disappointment, you know? And I didn't allow myself to feel that. And I could understand where a lot of people, you know, are in their anger with it, or in their betrayal with it, or whatever. So many emotions that could come up from this. And it's like, you know, you can be disappointed too. You can cry too. You can, you know, you can be hurt too. And even though it's not a shock, like I wasn't surprised when I heard it was overturned, it's still disappointing. And it's like, it was kind of hard for me to come to terms, not necessarily hard for me, but it was like I wasn't exploring the disappointment side as much as I was exploring this side of me that was like, oh well, this is why this is happening, and this is what I see in it, and blah 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 blah. And that part of me was kind of focused on that so I could kind of help reassure other people, so that way, you know, fear and things like that, and you know, just I didn't want people to be worried. I didn't want people to move in fear. I didn't want that energy to be spreading like wildfire. Fear spreads like wildfire sometimes, and I didn't want that. So I didn't really focus on that side of me that was disappointed and that was hurt, right? So it was interesting to kind of be watching RuPaul's Drag Race. You know, it's literally a contestant about drag queens, or a competition, I should say. It's a competition about drag queens if you've never heard of it. And for it to be brought to me in that interesting way, I really appreciated that. And it's an interesting way too, because again, RuPaul's Drag Race, a show about drag queens, which is men typically dressing up as women, impersonating women, you know, pads and everything, makeup, everything, corsets, high heels, like the whole thing. It's amazing. Wigs, we love it. So it's like, that's definitely interesting how Spirit popped that up like that. They're like, look, you know, women are about to be honored up in this bitch. And it's like, explore that side of you that is disappointed, that is hurt. In your country, that should be protecting you, that should be supporting you, uplifting you. You know, even though it's not a surprise, you know, again, as a black person, you know, my grandma has pictures of my ancestors on the plantation type shit, you know? So it's like, I know disappointment from my country, but it's like, to see it in modern day times like this, so clear. So, you know, even though I know on the other hand what it means for future, for the collective in the future, what I see it as for real, I should still allow myself to be disappointed. And even though it's not a shock, we've been new, America was fucked up, you can still be disappointed. You can still be hurt. You can still cry about it. You know, allow yourself to, you know, explore those emotions and feel those emotions without judgment, without disappointment in yourself, without criticizing yourself, without, you know, and, you know, even if, you know, like say you're, a huge activist and you're out here, trying to, fix this and get shit moving in the right direction, still allow yourself time to, be human and feel upset and feel disappointed. And, and then we keep it moving, Not saying like a robot, not saying like, shut it off, shut it on kind of thing, but it's like, give yourself the time and the patience to kind of sit with what the fuck has just happened, because it's a big deal. At the end of the day, it really truly is. So allow yourself the freedom to explore what that has done to you, what that feels like to you, okay? And, don't judge yourself for whatever comes up, because that's how we get lost in the sauce with it. That's how we move in fear, and that's how we get aimless with our emotions, and that's how we get distracted, right? But with the healing, where the growth comes, where the inspiration comes, is when you sit with these things, All right, moving on. Yeah, so I said part of me was kind of numb to Roe versus Wade being overturned. Even though I'm not fearful, I'm hurt and feeling betrayed. I'm allowing myself to feel this without judgment. You should too. Absolutely. And then we said it can be confusing, being disappointed while also not being surprised. So you just got to let yourself feel it. You got to know that disappointment comes from your knowing that we can do better, that we deserve better, that we're moving on towards better. Because we are. We're catching glimpses of it, and they are too. That's why they're trying to control us. That's why they're trying to instill fear in us. And that's what I mean on the other side of things, where it's like, one side I was saying, I understand America's fucked up, but I can still be disappointed. And on the other side, I was saying, I'm not fearful because I know what all this really means. And for me, and of course, we're going to get into the cards and shit and see what Spirit has to say. But for me, what this looks like to me is, I know the collective is moving towards a higher vibration. We are becoming more enlightened. We are becoming more, evolved. We are ascending emotionally, mentally, We are becoming more inclusive, more accepting. We are fighting for equality. We are using our voices more. We are, banding together and demanding justice for everyone. Like we're moving in, we're making steps to a better world for everyone. I see that, a lot of people see that. Yes, there's a lot of fucked up shit still, but here's the thing about that. This shit has been, allowed to go on for so long because it's just been acceptable, even, of course it's not acceptably morally ever, right? But socially, certain shit was acceptable, right? So as we move into this ascension as a collective, certain things will not fly at all. And certain people have not ascended to that point. Certain people have not gone through that growth, have not done whatever to see that it's time to move forward, to be comfortable with moving forward, to be comfortable to accept this change, right? And of course, no judgment on those people, because hey, we're all here to do whatever we're here to do. We all have different contracts, okay? You can't judge nobody, right? But not everyone's about that life. Not everyone's ready for that. Not everyone wants to, be open to that side of themselves, or have others see that side of themselves, right? It can, hold on 1 second. Let me get comfortable. But I don't like when I'm super close to the camera. But anyways, but yeah, not everyone is on that path. Not everyone wants to go on that path. Not everyone, the way the path is portrayed, or not portrayed, but I guess the way it is, kind of delivered to these people, they don't like it. It's scary. And it is scary. Ascension is scary. It's hard. It's hard to be accepting. It's hard to move of love. It's hard to, heal your fucking shadow. That shit's fucking hard. And some people would rather do whatever it takes to keep them in their little bubble, to keep them, clinging to their familiarities, if I can talk. But some people would go to very wild lengths to avoid change, to avoid, certain big changes, societal changes, and that's all fear. That's all fear. That's all ego. That's all low level. We don't deal with that, right? So when people like that are in power and they can see shit going on, then they'll do whatever they got to do in the sneakiest, best way that they think, okay, well, maybe we can do this even though we can't, they'll do what they got to do to keep what they think is best, what they cling to, their familiar territory, whatever they got to do to keep that how they want it, right? Because the collective ascending, that's threatening, right? It's threatening to a government that does not want people to have higher levels of consciousness and become more aware. Why would you ever want that? You wouldn't. If you're trying to control people, that's just not. You don't want someone who's aware. That's not ideal. So they'll do things to keep you worried, keep you fearful. Propaganda, even though it's a real thing that's happening, whatever, I get that. You got to look at, well, why is it happening? Why all of a sudden? What the fuck is that about, And then it's and then it doesn't look as scary. It's almost like, oh, it's fucking Scooby-Doo. It's motherfucking Scooby-Doo. Because every time, the gang goes out and they, are getting chased by a monster and it's super scary, Shaggy and Scooby are over here eating a sandwich, shaking in their boots, terrified, right? But once they catch him and take the mask off, they're just like, oh my God, it's Old Man Jenkins. Because Old Man Jenkins didn't want the old factory getting turned into a movie theater. So he wants to haunt it now. Because he is scared of things moving forward. He's scared of change. So he puts on a mask. He does, fear-based things. He does cliche things. He does, whatever to get people distracted, to get people scared, to get people talking about something else, to get people discouraged. Don't let them do that shit. They're just a fucking old man dressed up in a scary mask. Don't let that shit scare you. Because when you really look at it for what it is, they're the scared ones. They're scared of us. And they're trying to find, well, how can we keep them from evolving? How do we keep them fearful? Because if you're worried, if you're anxious, you're not in a high vibration. But if you're moving from love and light, you're all feeling good, clear-headed. You see things as it is. You don't need to perpetuate this narrative to keep you stuck, to keep you justified, to keep you feeling comfortable, to keep you feeling whatever, We don't need to do that, right? And look, I said, don't give in to that weak shit. You're stronger than that. We're stronger than that. In times like this, you got to really have faith and really move in love and light and be strong. Unity is key right now. And absolutely, unity is key, Just finding support in one another. That's what we have to do at the end of the day, is find support in one another, band together, find a community that makes you feel good. Find a group that you feel you can join that will help you, address certain things, certain issues that make you feel worried, that you are worried about. There's things we can do with worry. If you're worried about people, if you're worried about certain social situations, there's certain things you can do. And I'm not saying we all got to go protest or we all have to go volunteer anywhere or we have to do anything. You know, I know that's not for everyone, but it's like you can do, you know, just different things to spread love. It's just about spreading love at the end of the day that will help us all grow and ascend and evolve. And I know that sounds super cliche, but that's my message and that's what I'm here for and that's what I'm about. Okay? So, you know, when I say spread love, like, you know, take your mom out to breakfast. Okay? Go shopping with a friend. Have a pamper day. Get a face mask. Put your makeup on. Get a pair of heels. You know? It doesn't have to be super extravagant, but it's just little things that spread love and spread community that will help us move forward in these trying times, in these confusing times. But understand, as everything, you know, grows and evolves, things have to die, things have to end. It's a natural cycle, right? So as I see, you know, certain things crumbling, you know, it seems like everything's kind of falling apart. Well, you know, shit has to fall apart for something else new to grow. And that's exactly the Tower card. Shit has to crumble down so you can see things clearly, so you can build anew, so you can start fresh. And that's what I feel we're moving into. And I feel like the fresh start is going to be beautiful. And I'm excited for it. I don't know, you know, any kind of timeline or anything like that. I don't know nothing about that. I just move with energy, you know. And one thing I will say is, you know, spirit realm, these motherfuckers would not have had me come here and go through what I had to go through in order to get these messages, in order to become ascended, how I've become ascended, for it to just go to shit. That's not gonna happen, right? You know, it's gonna be a hard lesson for us to get where we need to go, but we gonna get there. I'm telling you. I'm determined. And that's the kind of energy you gotta have with shit like this. Like, it gets hard, man, but don't let it trip you up. Alright? Alright, we're gonna get into the cards now. We are how long in? Like 22 minutes in? Not too bad. Not too bad, but I know this is gonna be a good one, so let's do it. Alright, we are going to pray first, of course. And then we will get into it. And we're going to do a little different format, obviously, since it's, you know, a collective situation. But, yeah. Alright. Let's do it. Universe, spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, divine Holy Spirit, divine feminine, hello, holla. Thank you so much for connecting with me today. Thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. And thank you for connecting me with... Normally I say zodiac sign because that's what we're doing. But anyways, thank you for connecting me with the collective today. And thank you for connecting with us at this time in regards to Roe versus Wade being overturned in America. Thank you so much for the messages that you'll provide for us at this time. Please provide the collective any guidance, insight, clarity, wisdom, advice, anything you deem fit for them to hear in regards to Roe versus Wade being overturned in America. Thank you so much for these messages. Allow them to be for the highest and truest self for the collective, overall well-being, most good, and ascension process. We thank you so much for these messages. Thank you for using me as a physical vessel to provide these messages. I am humbled to do this service and be a servant for the divine. Thank you so much for my intuition, for my mind's eye. Thank you for these messages from Spirit. Allow me to hear these messages clearly, accurately, and allow them to flow freely from me. Thank you so much for all you do for us. Thank you for this life on earth. For that, we are forever truly grateful to you. Thank you. All right. I get shy doing my prayer on camera. I get shy. All right, I'm being silly. All right, y'all. Let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so we are going to start with this Secret Language of Light deck. This is such a beautiful deck. I love this deck. All right. Oh. All right, Universe, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, Ancestors, Divine Holy Spirit, and Divine Feminine Energy. Please provide us with any messages, guidance, advice, clarity, wisdom, anything you would like us to know in regards to Roe versus Wade being overturned in America. Please and thank you for your guidance and wisdom. We are greatly appreciative of it. All right. Oh, that is so much. Y'all are doing too much. Hold on. Hold on. Y'all are wildin'. Wildin', yeah. All right. All right. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's see what's going on. Alrighty, let's see. What do you got for us for the collective? Please and thank you. Alright, they are flying. Wow. Alright, we have divine animals at the bottom of the deck. I like that. I like that a lot. Some of y'all need to spend more time with animals. Maybe that'll make you feel good. You know, if you've been feeling stressed out, if you feel a little disconnected. I feel like animals are very grounding, you know. They ground me anyways, because, you know, you get low to, you know, interact with them, and it's like, you know, it's nature. It's beautiful. All right, so we have number 26, and I can definitely pronounce things wrong, so we'll see. I feel like it's Vesica Pisces. Vesica Pisces. I don't know how to pronounce it. But 26 goes into 8. Okay. Let's see. I ask your soul and focus. Just, oh my God, I just lost my voice. That was crazy. That was so crazy. Oh, okay. Yeah, some of y'all should do some throat chakra stuff for sure. Like, if you've been very uncertain about things, ask your soul, focus. Yeah. Like, some of y'all may overworry yourself for no reason. And then you get, like, kind of panicked a little bit. All right. So we have number 26. Let's get close to ya. All right. Vesica? I'm going to say Vesica Pisces. That's what I'm going to say. Creating soul truth in the world. The outside world feels more real than the inner world because we have been encouraged to focus more on what is outside of us. We have learned to give things that can be seen by others or touched by us more importance than what we feel. Making decisions can become difficult when our awareness is focused away from our inner needs and wants. When our internal and external realities are integrated, decisions are clear and easily made. This leads to satisfaction as there is no resistance to your fulfillment. When we scan the myriad possibilities open to us, hold on a second. When we scan the myriad of possibilities open to us in the manifested world, we will know what we want and will not feel overwhelmed. In this space, we become grateful for the decisions we have made and all the ones we will make in the future. I like this a lot. Because this is saying, you know, even though shit outside of you is kind of crazy, is kind of, you know, seemingly out of control, chaotic, it's like they're asking you to bring your energy, bring your attention back to your inner world. And that's why I saw, you know, listen to your soul and focus, because that's where they want you to put your attention. You know, even though, because, you know, at the end of the day, like, of course there are things we can do to you know, get this shit overturned and, you know, get our rights back. But it's like, at the end of the day, you can only control you, you know. And of course, if you feel guided to do so, definitely go out there and take action. Absolutely. I am so proud of you for that. But if you feel like this is out of your control, there's nothing you can do, but that's all you're focusing on, or you're allowing it to really affect you negatively, it's like, pause for a moment and come back to you. Come back to what you can control. Come back to what you should focus on. Come back to what your intuition is guiding you to do. Come back to what your soul needs. Come back to yourself. And remind yourself that your outside world is a reflection of your internal world. So, you know, focus on what you can do. Focus on what you can control, right? And even though shit is hitting the fan, you don't have to stand underneath it and be covered in shit. I like that saying. I don't know if that's an actual saying, but I love that. That was funny. All right, we're going to get into a little bit of tarot right now. We're going to start with the Light Seers deck here, and we're just going to see, you know, what comes out and what the vibe is. All right, Universe, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, Ancestors, Divine Holy Spirit, Divine Feminine. Thank you so much for connecting with us at this time in regards to Roe versus Wade. Thank you so much for your messages, your guidance, for everything you do for us. Please provide us with anything you deem fit for us to hear at this time. Please and thank you so much. Okay. Let's see what's going on. All right, yeah, Page of Cups, Knight of Wands, the Fool, Six of Wands. Yeah, Page of Cups, this is, you know, a big surprise for a lot of people. A lot of people thought this wouldn't happen. But, you know, it's going to inspire a lot of energy. It's going to inspire a lot of people to get up and get moving. And again, I don't want anyone to feel like this is pressure to, you know, go out and protest or do anything that they don't feel comfortable doing or anything like that. But it's like, this inspires you to, you know, do something you wouldn't have done before, to go after, you know, it's lighting a fire in a lot of people here. And especially with the Fool card, yeah, it's inspiring a lot of people to take leaps of faith here, to have more faith in the universe, whereas some people wanted to place that faith in their government and their country. Now they're placing it in the universe, in nature, in, you know, their angels, in their spirit guides, in their soul. This is pushing a lot of people to, you know, see a part of themselves that they didn't, you know, really believe in, or that they didn't, you know, they didn't think that they could, you know, push those limits of themselves. That's exciting, you know? All right, what do you want the collective to know? Please and thank you. All righty. All right, Two of Pentacles came out here. So yeah, this definitely makes sense. Two of Pentacles is about, you know, not feeling balanced, going back and forth between things, not really sure, you know, what to do, and this can be overindulging in one thing and not paying enough attention to another thing as well. But yeah, this makes sense, you know, not really knowing how to feel, not really knowing what to do, not knowing kind of, you know, what's the next step from here? What happens after this? This is kind of trying to, you know, find your footing after, you know, you feel like, you know, you've been pushed, or, you know, like say if you live somewhere where there's snow and you kind of step on some ice, you know, you kind of like wiggle around it for a second, you're like, oh, whoa, you know, and you try and grab your footing, and then you're like, okay, you know, and that's kind of like how I feel some people feel, understandably so. You know, this is a big shock for some people. This is, you know, a lot to take in. This is a lot to process. And that's what I was saying before is, you know, give your time, allow yourself the time to feel confused. Allow yourself the patience to gather yourself, okay? Because this is overwhelming and this is kind of like a gut punch almost, right? Absolutely. We've got Temperance at the bottom of the deck. Sagittarius energy showing up in the reading. This is protection. This is your angels looking after you, looking after us. There is light looking after us. And look, it's almost like this person has the sun and the moon in their hands, right? You know, it's like there are greater powers out here. This type shit is greater than us. But it's like what they want you to do is focus on what you can do to persevere through this. And that's what this Nine of Wands is about. Nine of Wands is all about persevering. It's all about, you know, being in the trenches, being in the middle of the war, digging your way through at this very minute. But it's about having perseverance, having determination, not giving up, and knowing that, you know, even though you can't see us, even though, you know, we may not be, you know, right up in your grill, we're here guiding you. We're here protecting you. We're here watching over everything. So you keep fighting and you keep going. Yeah, absolutely. King of Swords here, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, air energy. This is about, you know, getting clear. Focus on that mental, right? Make sure you are clear-headed. Stand in your truth, stand in your morals, and stand in your values. Don't let all this tomfoolery get you out of character, okay? Because the King of Swords knows what he's about. He doesn't need to boast it. He doesn't need to be aggressive. He doesn't need to shove it down anyone's throat. Because he knows what he's about. He knows what he's about. He knows who he is. He knows what energy he's putting off. And he's got this confident, cool demeanor about him because of the way he carries himself. Not what he's saying, not what he's wearing, but the way he carries himself. And that's what this is all about. The way you carry yourself. How you carry yourself through these trying times. That's what it's all about. Okay? And I always use this example, but Keanu Reeves, he said, I'm at the point in my life where if someone comes up to me and it's like 1 + 1 = 5, then it's like, okay, great, have a good day. Great, have a good day. I love that for you. Have a great day. That's all you got to do. Have a great day. Because you know what? At the end of the day, I hope that person has a great day. So they can maybe get some goddamn empathy in their life. So they don't got to be worried about what I'm doing over here. You know? Don't check me, bitch. Check your engine light type shit. But you know what? Have a great day. And I hope your engine light is off and your car's running smooth. You know? And after that's the Six of Pentacles. And there's that balance. There's everything, you know, coming together. This is what you're getting at. What you're putting out is what you're getting back. Absolutely. Absolutely. This shit's lit already. This shit is lit already. And we are 1 card in. We have the Nine of Swords. You know, a lot of y'all, you know, very worried, very anxious. Some of y'all may have not been able to sleep because of this. But we have the Six of Swords right after that. This is your angels guiding you. This is guidance from, you know, crows are the messengers, right? Crows are, I love crows. I'm all about crows. They're very smart too. All right. But this is, you know, you being guided to calmer waters. Yes. And the angels watching over you. This is exactly what these 2 cards are representing. The angels watching over us, and then they're going to guide us to calmer waters. Absolutely. And what did I tell y'all? The Tower card. Shit has to crumble so new shit can be born. So we can evolve. So we can grow. And not everyone's about that. And so the people that are, you know, trying to stay in the tower, even though it's, you know, on fire, even though, you know, electricity's hitting it, they want to stay in there because they're like, well, no, it's safe here. And it's like, homeboy, it's on fire. Let's go. But they want to call you crazy, you know? And it's just like, all right, have a good day, you know? Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, what else you got? What else? I'm using the Light Seers deck. I don't know if I said that already. Beautiful. I love it. Hold on, y'all. I gotta pop my back. Ooh. All right. Alrighty, we have the World card and the Four of Wands. I love it. I absolutely love it. Alright, the World card, Four of Wands. Everything's coming together. Everything's coming full circle. Everything's happening as it should. Soon, we will have community. We will have stability. We will have celebrations. We will have unity. We will have equality. You know, but, you know, everything's got to happen how it needs to happen. And with the World card, you know, it usually has the fixed signs on it. And the fixed signs don't like change. They don't. You know, but if we show community, if we show love, if we show harmony, if we show joy, even in darkness, even in fear, in scary times and uncertainty, even in opposing and differing thoughts, that's when things come together. Because even whenever people think differently, and even if it's like so off the wall, like wrong, you have to look at it and you have to find gratitude in it, or you will go crazy. You know, like I had to find gratitude in certain things because, like, you know, for example, if Trump was never president, you know, who knows if, you know, Black Lives Matter would have ever been highlighted, or police brutality, or racism, or, you know, just all the fuck shit he did, you know? Like, who knows? And of course it sucks that, you know, that had to be thrown in our face the way it was, but it's like, it's almost like if it wasn't, we wouldn't feel so strongly about a better life and a better future for everyone like we do today. And it's like, you got to find the lesson in it all. And sometimes it'll drive you crazy trying to find it, but, you know, the more open you are to it, the more beautiful it is. And what's more open than, you know, love and light, you know? But, you know, understanding that all of this shit is going to bring success and victory, and it's all going to make sense in the end, right? We got the Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Wands here. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo popping up in the reading today. But the Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, you know, this has been a heavy burden here. This has been burdensome for a lot of us, absolutely. We've been through a lot of shit here. Look at all this baggage. And this is very symbolic of, like, you know, the Oregon Trail type shit. You know, with the animal carrying all this stuff, going on a long journey on foot. Very symbolic of the beginning of America. And it's like we've had baggage this whole time. We've had to deal with bullshit this whole time. And we're tired, you know? That generational curse shit is real, absolutely. You know, and with the Knight of Pentacles, this is the slowest moving knight in the deck. And again, with the horse and stuff, and the barefoot, you know, we've been on this journey for quite some time, and we're tired. And I understand that, and I hear you. But with that Nine of Wands we saw earlier, you can't give up. We have the Ace of Swords, the Hanged Man. Because we are becoming awakened here. We are seeing shit differently. We are realizing what we deserve. We are realizing what we need to do to get what we deserve. Because sometimes you realize what you deserve, but you don't know how to properly articulate it, you know? You don't know what the next step is to get it. But now we're becoming clear on that. I love it. I love this. This is such a vibe. All right, what else do we have? Anything else for this part? All right, one more shuffle and then we'll move on. All right. have the Six of Swords, Seven of Wands. I love it. This is probably my favorite Seven of Wands card I've seen in any tarot deck thus far. Okay. All right, but with the Six of Swords popping up again, this is just, again, double confirmation that we are being guided to calmer waters. We are being guided to a better life, a better way of living, just a better, you know, society. And I believe this is on a whole, not just America. Absolutely not. This is as a collective, as a whole. And, you know, the reason Roe versus Wade is at the forefront of this is because this is what I'm experiencing in the country I live in. You know, if I lived in a different country, I'm sure I'd be talking about, you know, how this is playing out in that country. But at the end of the day, the message is the same for all of us. You know, ascension is happening. People are scared. They'll do what they can to stop it, to stay in the same energy they're in. But, you know, at the end of the day, we're moving on to bigger and better things. We're moving on to a better way of life. So while on that journey, you know, just remember who you are. Stay centered. Stay moving in light. Look at her. Heart chakra lit up. Not phased. Not looking, not paying attention to all that noise, right? Because they know she's protected. They know she's of light. And they want a piece of it. They want to pop that bubble. They want to get to her. And she's not going to let them. She's not. Beautiful. All right. All right, so we're going to move on to the Osho Zen Tarot deck. I love the Osho Zen Tarot deck. It is a very good deck. It's very like Buddhist beliefs behind it, which is really, really cool. I will read out of the book for it because it's got different, you know, meanings, different cards and things like that. And I definitely think that that energy is right for this reading, and I want to make sure I interpret it and get it across to y'all exactly as it needs to be. Okay. All right. And we'll get, I'll probably clarify it some more with, I've got another tarot deck here, so. All right. Universe, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, Ancestors, Divine Holy Spirit, Divine Feminine. Thank you so much for these messages so far. For the collective, for Roe versus Wade being overturned. These messages are so beautiful. Thank you for what you do for us. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much for these messages. All right. And I do have, I always listen to Meditative Mind while I am doing readings on here. I don't know if you guys can hear the music at all. I have no idea. But if you can, it is Meditative Mind on YouTube. And this one is music for female energy healing. They actually had a lot of cool stuff for feminine and masculine energy and like balancing those energies out. Yeah, we have completion, which this is the world card again. So once again, things are happening just as they're meant to. The puzzle is going to come together just as it needs to. So don't you worry. All right. All right, messages for the collective, please. All right, we have the Miser. Wanting to pop out the Miser. All right, they want me to go one by one. Okay. So the Miser, this is the Four of Pentacles, which, you know, is pretty common to, or pretty closely connected to the, you know, traditional Four of Pentacles. In the Rider-Waite. I'm trying to remember how this goes. Oh, there it is. Okay. So how I'm going to do this, I'm just going to read these to you guys and then we'll clarify them and we'll just vibe it out and see how it goes. All right, so we have the miser. I want you guys to be able to see it. Okay. All right, so it has a commentary and then the actual thing. So I'm going to read both because it gets interesting. Okay. This woman has created a fortress around herself, and she is clinging to all the possessions she thinks are her treasures. In fact, she has accumulated so much stuff with which to adorn herself, including the feathers and furs of living creatures, that she has made herself ugly in the effort. This card challenges us to look at what we are clinging to and what we feel we possess that is so valuable it needs to be protected by a fortress. And need it be a big bank balance or a box full of jewels? It could be something as simple as sharing our time with a friend or taking the risk of expressing our love to another. Like a well that is sealed up and becomes stagnant from disuse, our treasures become tarnished and worthless if we refuse to share them. Whatever you're holding on to, remember that you can't take it with you. Loosen your grip and feel the freedom and expansiveness sharing can bring. All right. The moment you become miserly, you are closed to the basic phenomenon of life, expansion, sharing. The moment you start clinging to things, you have missed the target. You have missed. Because things are not the target. You, your innermost being, is the target. Not a beautiful house, but a beautiful you. Not much money, but a rich you. Not many things, but an open being, available to millions of things. Dope. Okay, I like that. I like that because, you know, it can mean a few different things. You know, this can mean, you know, those people that are trying to cling to, you know, the old ways of living, trying to fight the ascension journey, trying to fight becoming, you know, growing and healing and things like that. This can also mean, you know, having this, you know, energy, this, you know, standoffishness, this judgmental energy toward those that don't share the same opinions as you. And I'm not saying you have to go out and be someone's best friend, but I'm saying the whole point of this fucking journey is to experience love, is to expand that to others. And wouldn't you want to do that? Because what you put out is what you get back. So it's like, don't be like that towards people. That's just not going, that's not gonna, it's not going to create the outcome in the long run that you want. Because in the long run, we want everyone to respect each other and to love one another. And we're not doing that if we're spreading hate, even if we think it's from a good point of view or a good moral standpoint. And that's if you're pro-life or pro-choice, period, actually. You know? I'm also going to read conditioning because I feel like that's going to be important as well. Jeez. Okay. All right. So we have conditioning. All right. And this is conditioning. So obviously we need to read it. Like, look at that. Okay. Let's see. Conditioning. This card recalls an old Zen story about a lion who was brought up by sheep, and who thought he was a sheep until an old lion captured him and took him to a pond where he showed him his own reflection. Many of us are like this lion. The image we have of ourselves comes not from our own direct experience, but from the opinions of others. A personality imposed from the outside replaces the individuality that could have grown from within. We become just another sheep in the herd, unable to move freely and unconscious of our own true identity. It's time to take a look at your own reflection in the pond and make a move to break out of whatever you have been conditioned by others to believe about yourself. Dance, run, jog, do gibberish, whatever is needed to wake up the sleeping lion within. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Unless you drop your personality, you will not be able to find your individuality. Individuality is given by existence. Personality is imposed by the society. Personality is social convenience. Society cannot tolerate individuality because individuality will not follow like a sheep. Individuality has the quality of the lion. The lion moves alone. The sheep are always in the crowd, hoping that being in the crowd will feel cozy. Being in the crowd, one feels more protected, secure. If somebody attacks, there is every possibility in a crowd to save yourself. But alone, only the lions move alone. And every one of you is born a lion, but the society goes on conditioning you, programming your mind as a sheep. It gives you a personality, a cozy personality, nice, very convenient, very obedient. Society wants slaves, not people who are absolutely dedicated to freedom. Society wants slaves because all the vested interests want obedience. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and this is like with conditioning, inspiring you to branch out of what has been imposed on you, whether that's by your parents, by school, by, the country you live in, whatever. Breaking out of that and looking at yourself from your true self, and allowing yourself to see yourself as an individual, not as a person of a certain, I'm so bad at making analogies. I really am, because mine get really long-winded and weird, but, it doesn't matter, where you were born, what your religion is, none of that shit matters at all. It doesn't, really. So just, really, dig deep, who the fuck are you? And figure it out. I love it. And it's if you're having, a hard time with this, this could be something that, certain, yes, I am live. This could be something that certain, that you and your family, get into it about for some of y'all. And some of y'all may not know, how do I move forward with this? How do I deal with this? And it's just figure out who you are and start there. Figure out who you are. All right, we're going to get into the tarot to clarify this stuff. All right, and so with the card that came out, the Miser, that's all about letting go of the things you think bring you value, the things you think make you better than others, and understand that we're here to experience each other and experience life and experience love and experience, we're here to experience just fucking living life. And we get caught up in shit that's not real and shit that doesn't matter and shit that we cannot take with us. So, it's time to start from scratch. All right, let's get into it. All right, let's see what's going on. Yeah, Ace of Wands. I like seeing that. This is new energy coming in here. All right, tell me more about the Miser for the collective. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it already. All right, we have the Magician. The Magician is... All right. The Magician is someone who creates his own luck, right? This is someone who creates something out of nothing, uses whatever resources he has to make shit poppin', get shit poppin', get shit, twerking, working, and looking good. Okay, so this is what they're saying. Some of y'all are so attached to certain ideas, beliefs, certain, 3D aspects, like money, like religion, like the country you live in, things that are in the grand scheme of things are really just not real. They're just not, social constructs. Like you're attached to certain social constructs that you think make you you, that you think, you know, make you special, that you think push you forward in life or whatever, and that's not the case. And you're being reminded that with the Magician, you create your own reality. You create your own luck. You have all the power here. And even for people to where this is, say it's not you holding on to certain social constructs or whatever. On the other hand, it could be you not wanting to, share your love and your light with people who differ from you, have different opinions, have different morals or whatever. And it's like, you are more in charge of that situation than you realize. Like, you have more power in that than you realize, and you give your power away by exuding this negative energy, and you don't realize you're always creating, you're always, in action here. Always. We're always doing things because energy never dies, and that's all Earth is just a bunch of fucking energy manifesting in different forms, right? So when you exude this energy, you understand that, you're cooking something up. So create the experience that you want to live. Okay? And let go of, and the thing, like, what I think with social media and shit is that, people think something always has to be an argument, and it's like, no, something doesn't always have to be an argument. And if you feel like there's a difference of opinion, or you feel like you need to say something or have something be expressed or have someone understand something in a certain way, then there's a beneficial way to do that for everyone involved. You don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to talk to someone like they're dumb. You don't have to do anything wild. You are more in charge of the situation than you realize. Yeah, we have the Nine of Cups, the Ace of Swords. Absolutely. You guys are realizing that everything you need, you have everything you need. Everything you desire will come to you. Right? With the Magician here, this is the master manifester, like I keep saying. He knows how to get his shit to come to him. Right? And it's all about the energy you're putting off. So if you want, social injustice, if you want, inequality, if you want all this bullshit to be resolved, I'm not saying we all have to be Martin Luther King Jr. out here. Like, that's hard. Not everyone can do that. But I'm saying, if you see a vision in your mind, like we all get along, we all hold hands, and, we are the world type shit, which I love. I'm about it. I'm wearing my little tie-dye. If that's what you want to move towards, then you got to exude that energy to everyone, not just people that are in alignment with that, but everyone. Because sometimes you have to be the leader. Sometimes you have to be Martin Luther King Jr. And sometimes it's with the lady at the grocery store who's acting a fool. Sometimes it's little things like that. Because, people say all the time, war doesn't do anything. And having a miniature war, a miniature battle, doesn't do anything either. And y'all have to remember what your energy does. Some of y'all forget. Let me see here what's going on. Seven of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, the Chariot. Yeah, some of y'all get like a little worried about what to do, about what the next move is, about how to handle certain situations. Like, you see social injustices and you're like, I want to do something about it. How do I help? Where do I go? Who do I talk to? And that's beautiful. That's understandable. But you get so caught up in your thoughts and your emotions and wanting to make the right choice, wanting to be a good person, that you end up kind of making yourself stagnant. Like you don't know, like you don't want to make the wrong choice. You don't want to do the wrong thing, but you also don't want to do nothing. So it's like you constantly think about it, think about it, think about it, but you're not taking action. But once you know, we got the High Priestess here, the Chariot. Hello, Pisces. Hello, Cancer. But once you know, listen to your intuition, follow your heart, that's when you start taking action, and that's when it starts to feel good for you. And I keep wanting to say this. I'm not saying y'all got to be out here and, you know, you don't have to put on a vest and go out into the Planned Parenthood and like do stuff like that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to go and like picket outside of the Supreme Court shit. Like, you don't have to do that. You don't. But there are certain things that you can do in your life, personal to you, that will help you spread love, and that is what will get us moving in the right direction, in my opinion. Okay? All right. Let's see what else we got going on. Let's see what else we got. Because they said, first and foremost, y'all ain't getting nowhere treating people like this. So let's address that. I love it. I love it. And they're letting you know, sometimes, we are taught, like, even, hippy-dippy lovey people, which, I resonate with that. Sometimes we can be so judgmental of people who aren't like us, that it's like, well, aren't you peace, love, and, what happened to that? So it's like, check yourself real quick, right? Because who's going to want to, come over to the loving side if we're like, well, how dare you think that way? It's like, well, damn, I'm not coming over there then, we gotta, okay, let's get into it. All right, what else do we have going on here? I love it. We have the Fool. I love the Fool card. I need to drink water. What time is it? It's 1:35. Oh my God, I've been on here for so long. Oh well. It's a good reading. All right, the Fool card. The Fool card is a great card, of course. Alrighty, so the Fool, let's see what Osho says. Moment to moment and with every step, the Fool leaves the past behind. He carries nothing more than his purity, innocence, and trust, symbolized by the white rose. Let y'all see it a little. Okay. The pattern on his waistcoat contains the colors of all 4 elements of the tarot, which is funny because the magician has all 4 elements on his little thing. See, he's got a wand, the cups, fire, some pentacles, some air in there, I think it looks like. Yeah, he's got all the elements as well. Okay, sorry, I get distracted. Anyways. Okay, but yeah. He's got all the elements of the tarot in his waistcoat, indicating he is in harmony with all that surrounds him. His intuition is functioning at its highest peak. At this moment, the Fool has the support of the universe to make this jump into the unknown. Adventures await him in the river of life. The card indicates that if you trust your intuition right now, your feeling of the rightness of things, you cannot go wrong. Your actions may appear foolish to others or even to yourself if you try to analyze them with the rational mind. But the 0 place occupied by the Fool is the numberless number where trust and innocence are the guides, not skepticism and past experience. I love it. Absolutely. And that's what they're saying, They're saying in order to, like, I feel like for a lot of us, the next step in our ascension process is having to kind of let go of everything, let go of judging others for not being at the same level as us or on the same path. And understanding, at one point we were that too, even if we didn't think it or realize it. It's having that patience, that understanding, that empathy. That's what's going to bring us all together, truly. And we can't fucking judge each other for... I live in America, man. Let me tell y'all. We are some judgmental motherfuckers out here. It's not like... I mean, everybody knows it. It's not a secret, you know? That's one thing. We're awful and we're proud, you know? But it's like... You know... You just... It's having that purity, innocence, and trust. It's like looking at everyone like they're a child and you're a child, you know? Maybe some of y'all need to connect with your inner child. Things like that. And that may be something that helps you through this shit, is doing little things that, you know, little you would like to do. That'd be cute. Okay. We're not done reading, by the way. They be saying a lot in here. A fool is one who goes on trusting. A fool is one who goes on trusting against all his experience. You deceive him and he trusts you. And you deceive him again and he trusts you. And you deceive him again and he trusts you. Then you will say that he is a fool. He does not learn. His trust is tremendous. His trust is so pure that nobody can corrupt it. That's beautiful. Be a fool in the Taoist sense, in the Zen sense. Don't try to create a wall of knowledge around you. I love that. Don't try to create a wall of knowledge around you. And that's what this shit is. Oh my God. And it's literally a brick wall. I love that. And the magician creates, some of y'all created this wall around you. And you think you're better than everyone. And you're all covered up in bricks. That's dope. Whatsoever experience comes to you, let it happen, and then go on dropping it. That's exactly what I was saying earlier. It's like, if you feel so taken aback by this, understand, number one, that's normal. First, feel it. Feel that shit. But also, it's like, you're not on the Supreme Court at the end of the day. Like, you know, do what you can, and if you feel like there's nothing you can do, then let it go. Do shit that makes you feel good and lets you move in love and light, because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that's going to make any of this shit, you know, get fixed. Because we're in deep. Let me tell you something. We're in deep. Okay. Alrighty. Go on cleaning your mind continuously. Go on dying to the past so you remain in the present. Here now, as if just born, just a babe. That's funny, right? In the beginning, it is going to be very difficult. The world will start taking advantage of you. Let them. Did I not just say... I cannot wait till I get a big following on here. First of all, I appreciate you, whoever you are here. But literally earlier, I said, maybe this wasn't this reading. Maybe it was a different reading. I honestly don't remember. I've been on here so long. But I literally said, I was like, you know, sometimes people take advantage of you because you move from love and light. And sometimes you have to let that happen. Sometimes people, they may not even know it, are energy vampires. And they come all up in here and they take your love and your light because they have just darkness around them. And they need your love and light. And you know what? Let them have it. They need it more than you, because you can regenerate that. You can accumulate that. You create it effortlessly because you are love and light. Not everyone is moving from that energy. So that's why you got to show it to them. That's why, you know what? If someone comes up in here trying to be all crazy, you're like, hey, let me give you some of my love and light. Calm it down and relax. Okay. And that's why if people come up all up in your space, talking crazy shit, talking like, Roe versus Wade should have been overturned. Don't get all huffy and puffy. Give them some love and light because they need it. No one can take your energy and trap it inside of them unless you let them. I personally don't give people that power over me. Oh my God, a card is on the floor. Oh wait, I knocked it on the floor. That's right. But no one can take that. It's all about what you give your power to. And again, you are the magician. You create every single thing, every reality, every perspective. So if you believe that, if you give people love and light and they trap it inside of them, good. Let them trap love and light inside of them. That sounds beautiful to me. Great. Because I'm abundant over here. We're overflowing over here. You know? I'm a waterfall. I am Niagara Falls of love and light. So if somebody takes a little sip of it and needs it and to hydrate themselves, good. Take it. Keep it. I love it. You know? And that's how the planet Earth is, you know. I'm going off on a tangent though. That's not what we're talking about. But anyways, let me finish reading this thing. See, listen. That's exactly what we're talking about though. They are poor fellows. Even if you are cheated and deceived and robbed, let it happen. Because that which is really yours cannot be robbed from you. That which is really yours cannot be robbed from you. And each time you don't allow situations to corrupt you, that opportunity will become an integration inside. Absolutely. And your soul will become more crystallized. The more you don't let unfold naturally, the more your soul's going to internalize it. Because shit needs to happen either way. That is the truth. Let me tell y'all, that is the truth. Because I'm a control freak sometimes. And like back in the past, but before I, realized a lot of things and learned a lot of shit, I would try to control certain things and try to be so calculated about certain things. Not in like a mischievous way, but I just would want certain things to happen. So I did certain things thinking it would make them happen. And then you end up driving yourself crazy, wondering, well, why isn't this happening? Why isn't this happening? Because it's not supposed to happen. That's why, So, yeah. Exactly. Okay. Let's clarify this, though. Tell me more about the Fool here for the collective. Two of Cups. Two of Cups. The Two of Cups. Absolutely. The Two of Cups, you don't let it unfold naturally. The more your soul is internalizing, because it needs to happen either way, she's gone. If you had to pick on... Okay. D or B, what would I choose? A letter? D. Anyways. So with the Fool is the Two of Cups. I like this because look at this card. These people are... What did I just say? I just said I was Niagara Falls, and that if someone needs to take some love and light from me because, take some water from me because they need to hydrate, I'm going to let them. What is this? This person is hydrating that person. They are connected. They are love. This is it. And this is like... This is a solution to all these fucking problems, to all this worry, to all this fear. Is to move in love and light. And that's what I kept saying. Have the bravery, have the innocence, have the purity to be able to nurture and love everyone. No matter what the fuck they're going through, what their opinions are. Because you have to understand, we all came here to fulfill a purpose. For whatever purpose that was, for whatever soul contracts we're here for, we all chose to be here at whatever times we're here. So, we have to respect that about each other. No one is better than the other. Yep. Yeah, we have Five of Pentacles, the Tower, and Judgment. And that's really what it's all going to come down to. Is how do you treat others? How do you treat those that are trying to take advantage of you? And I'm not telling y'all to be, let others just take advantage of you. Obviously if you're in a, certain situation that is, bad for you or whatever, have your boundaries. But I'm just saying, like, if given the opportunity, always spread love and light. And always know that you should be proud of yourself when walking away from certain situations. Always be proud of yourself. Okay? Because that's what all this boils down to. Is how you treat others. All right. I think I'm gonna pop off here. Actually, I'm gonna read the bottom of the deck card, and then I'll pop off here because I need to go to bed. But I don't work tomorrow, so I'm having a good time. All right, hello. Last card is Success, and I like this a lot because I feel like, you know, with that message that we just got, this is like what I just said is, you know, showing love and light to everyone leads to success. So I'm excited to see what this says. Okay. All right. This character is obviously on top of the world right now, and the whole world is celebrating his success with the ticker tape parade. Ticker tape parade. Because of your willingness to accept the recent challenges of life, you are now, or you soon will be, enjoying a wonderful ride on the Tiger of Success. Your willingness to accept the challenges. Okay? Welcome it, enjoy it, and share your joy with others. Share your joy with others. And remember that all bright parades have a beginning and an end. If you keep this in mind and squeeze every drop of juice out of the happiness you are experiencing now, you will be able to take the future as it comes without regrets. But don't be tempted to try to hold on to this abundant moment or coat it in plastic so that it lasts forever. The greatest wisdom to keep in mind with all the phenomena in the parade of your life, whether they be valleys or peaks, is that this too will pass. Celebrate, yes, and keep on riding the tiger. Watch the waves in the ocean. The higher the wave goes, the deeper is the wake that follows it. One moment you are the wave, another moment you are the hollow wake that follows. Enjoy both. Don't get too addicted to one. Don't say, I would always like to be on the peak. It is not possible. Simply see the fact. It is not possible. It has never happened and it will never happen. It is simply impossible, not in the nature of things. Then what to do? Enjoy the peak while it lasts, and then enjoy the valley when it comes. What is wrong with the valley? What is wrong with being low? It is a relaxation. A peak is an excitement, and nobody can exist. Nobody can exist continuously in an excitement. That's dope. I like it. That's a good ending to a great reading. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. I always like to hang out with you. I always like to see you. Again, my name is Aviana, for those of you that don't know. This is Aviana's Ascension. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook and all that jazz. All that stuff is in the description box below. If you guys want a personal reading, that stuff is down below as well. I will be releasing, or I guess not releasing, publishing my website soon. So definitely keep an eye out for that because I worked really hard on it and I cannot wait to show you guys. But yeah, that is all I have for you today. The rest of the July readings should be out soon. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.